Hello, welcome back to the channel, Best Place for Long-Term Stock Investors. Today, we talk about MyEG, another politically linked stock. This is, I think, the second video that we have of this sort of mini election series that we're doing. So hope you like this sort of stuff. Let us know if you don't or if you do in the comment section. So what we're going to talk about, obviously, MyEG's potential as an investment, what it does roughly, some of its financials, etc., etc. Now, as always, we like to say that none of what we say is financial advice. It's purely educational, and we do not own any shares in MyEG. Also, coming on November 3rd, we have a live training just for you if you're interested in learning how you should prepare yourself for 2023 as an investor. As you know, 2022 has been really difficult. We don't want you to continue feeling that pain going into the next year. So hop on to our training. If you're interested to join, you can click on the link in the comment section or the description.
Okay.
So we actually start with this. Now, the local institutions and the retail investors are actually buying MyEG. Of course, then foreign institutions are selling. Well, if there's a buyer, there must be a seller usually.
Yep.
So you can see that there's some local bullishness, I guess.
Yep.
About MyEG.
So there's about 344 million actually bought from local institution and also retail investors who actually buy MyEG. But this is actually recorded in the 15th of September 2022. We don't know the updated data yet. So as of now, it looks kind of bullish right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's look at the share price, right? If you look, okay, this is max.
Yep.
Year to date, it's down like 23%.
Yep.
Not the best. But if you look at the September lows, the August lows rather, it's up 14%. Not bad.
Yep.
6.2 billion market cap, so to speak, P ratio of 18 for a company that is almost in a monopoly essentially.
Yep.
This is quite low optically, but let's investigate further. So, for those of you who are wondering, what does MyEG actually do? They are very linked to the government, right? No surprise. And you can see that they have a whole host of services. So the two that they are most famous for is probably the road transportation.
Yeah, the road tax, right?
Yes, and the immigration. That's what they're most famous for.
That's the labor's, what they do? They need to renew their license or something. Yeah.
Yes, so you can search for all this, you have this search for people's bankruptcy status or company liquidation, right? You can do that with MyEG. You can do that. You can check your DBKL assessments, right? Whether your car got a compound, right? That's also something that you can check with MyEG. So obviously the two most popular one is foreign worker permits, right? Renewals. They also process things like that. Maid working permit. Then of course you also have road tax renewal, something everybody has to pay every year. So again, you can see straight away from this business that it's a very recurring sort of business and it's a must-have.
Yes.
Right. You can't say I don't feel like paying road tax. Well, you can. It's just not going to be very fun for you. So the last four, let's just click on them. Your replacement services in this, so you can if you have a damaged chip or card, you can do that. Where if your
IC is not working, lost your IC, then you can go to MyEG store. Okay.
So very useful stuff. Again, everybody has an IC by and large in Malaysia.
Yep.
So summons. Hey, okay. You can also pay your PDRM summons through the MyEG portal. Again, very useful. Zakat, okay, for your Muslims out there. And One Malaysia identification account. I have, to be completely honest, I have no idea what is a One Mint account. So guys, please educate this silly guy here right now in the comment section. What is a One Mint card? All right. So again, just to summarize, just by looking at this, assuming you don't know much about MyEG, you know that they're in a business where it's like, is printing cash.
Yeah.
Right,
I
it's
mean,
printing cash.
there's an established mode lah. I mean,
Right.
nothing's really will hurt the business because it's so
Exactly.
recurring, right? Yeah. So
So if you look at the latest quarterlies, just look at some of the numbers, right? You can see last year 161 million, this year also about 161 million. So
Yep.
it's so similar. It's just 92 and 29. So you can see they go straight to operating expenses, which is only 50 million. So they got 67%. Just eyeballing here, right? They have wait,
about 20
67%, give or take, operating margins, fantastic, depreciation amortization for their staff. So this is a crazy net margin business, right?
Yeah.
88 million generated on 161 million sales. That's 50% net margins.
but that also comes with a cost because their revenue growth will be very slow.
Yes.
Because it's only so much only that
Right.
can renew those revenues.
So of course, the best time to catch MyEG would have been
Way
here,
ahead.
obviously,
Yeah.
because it was just coming to the fore.
Yep.
Today it's a little bit more stagnant, right? A little bit more stagnant. So that's a good insight.
Unless Malaysian population just keep growing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
So you can see they have quite a lot of property, plant, and equipment, right? And they actually grow. You can see it's quite a big growth, right? It's about 50% increase in PP&E. Worth asking yourself what that is. So let's look at the cash. 223 million. Okay, big bump from last year. So maybe we can put that into our little Excel. So we just put maybe 223, right?
Yeah,
223.
223.
All right. How about the debt? Okay, so 130. Let's say it's 140. 140 plus 100.
So it's about
240.
240. Yeah.
So they are slightly in a net debt position, but very mildly only, right? Oh, sorry. So it's only net debt. Very interesting. Okay. Right?
Yep.
Yes.
But
Correct.
it's a very small amount only.
So enterprise value and the market cap is going to be very, very similar.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we look at the cash flows, how do they look like? Okay, looking excellent.
Yeah, it's really great.
Excellent. All right. Okay, there's been a drop. What is the reason for the drop? It will be the payables.
Yep.
Mainly the payables and the
It's only
receivables. An
right.
increase in receivables,
Yeah.
lah, most likely from the government.
Right.
Right. Okay, so they spend a lot of money. You can see 100 over million. So something that we want to investigate. What is that about? Depreciation is only about let's see.
Over here. So
Depreciation is 130
13 million,
Yeah, 13 million.
13.8.
So this is second quarter. So you can surmise that maybe at the high it'll be about 30 million in
Yep, it could be.
depreciation, which is the amount they have to spend to maintain it essentially. So there's another give or take 80 million that is essentially growth capex, right? Something we talk a lot about in our SIB program. Go figure out what that is, right? We don't quite know, and of course in one video I don't think we can do it lah. Alright guys, if you didn't know, we have a one-on-one mentorship program where you can apply for, where we level up your stock investing based on tailor-made solutions. If you're interested, you need to apply. Not all of you all will get into an interview. It's only 20% of you all will do it, and even fewer will get to hop on the program. But if you're confident that you can qualify, you can click on the link and fill in your details in the comment section or the description. So, if we go back to using ticker, we can see some of the trends. So if we click on revenue,
I mean, it's fantastic, man.
it is fantastic, but you can see, right, there's been a sort of a slowdown.
Yep.
And then, of course, 2021 is picking up a little bit. I think
they got-
profits will be very similar,
Yeah.
right? Wow,
Oh, it's
see-
actually better.
yeah, it's actually improving. So pretty good, pretty good. You can see it's a well-run company purely based on this. We already looked at the balance sheet already. So if we can look at the cash flow, how have they performed over time?
Yeah, I assume cash flow is
Yes.
it's not what I expected.
Yes, because the payables and the receivables,
Right.
that we saw. If you look at the capital expenditure, like I said, this 2021 and then of course recently has been some of the biggest years.
Yeah.
Very interested to learn why. But yeah.
Because all of the time they have been spending only the maintenance capex, right, instead of growth. So recently they only spend growth capex. So
we have to investigate like why is that the case lah, right? Okay. Segments. Let's go to segments. Before that, so ratios. So ratios, I think this is quite clear lah. You can see return on capital. Yes, it's diminishing. This again linked to the capex that they're spending. So don't take this as fit value that is there as actually dropping. Again, capex are typically once off, and over time, if the investment is right, it should yield higher returns.
Right.
And so you can see the returns on invested capital go
Correct.
up. Again, so that's
it's like 80%. Yeah.
There's one that I want to look at is the cash conversion cycles.
Okay, so it takes them about 3 months to convert from receivables to
this
cash.
This is the sales outstanding.
Yeah.
Right, and their payables are higher, so they have a little bit more of a bargaining power with their suppliers. Always good to see that by and large. So yeah, you can see straight away from the numbers that really this business is excellent, right?
Yeah.
It's very well run, even though it's so quote unquote linked to the government.
Yep.
Somewhat similar to Datasonic in that they are very in a monopolistic position. But I mean, obviously you've interacted with MyEG before. What has been your experience?
Actually, I never really go to their portal. That's the thing. I always go to the post office and I go and renew everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so I haven't really experienced the portal. But have you tried before?
Personally, as you know, I don't own a car.
Right.
So I do less. But post office is also good enough lah. But I do know very few people have any complaints about MyEG. But guys, if you have complaints about MyEG, let them. Well, first of all, let them know as well.
Yeah.
But put it in the comments. And
maybe I'm still a boomer. I'm still lagging behind because I need to go to the post office and renew everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
So the last bit we wanted to look at was segment, correct?
Yeah.
So if you look at the segment,
only internet, software, and services.
Yeah. So they don't really break it down. Unfortunately, we may have to go to the annual report and see whether they have it.
Yeah.
If you're enjoying the video so far, remember to like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so that whenever new videos pop, you'll know it fresh. E-business, okay, no.
Oh, so they didn't really disclose much. It's only like they say it's e-business. They didn't like.
We'll probably have to read more. It's probably not like super clear, but it's probably somewhere there. So they lump everything. I suspect again, these two are the biggest lah, right?
Yep, definitely.
Transport and immigration.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now with the company is quite interesting actually. They recently had a press release on Singapore blockchain infrastructure and facility, and they've essentially worked together on Web3, right? Zetrix is by MyEG. So you can see it's a very unique kind of person, which is Mr. Wong Tian Sun, right? We can actually go and see the ownership. Right, well, Wong Tian Sun,
he owns about 13%, right?
Yeah, 13%, but I believe Asia Internet might be his as well.
Yep.
So you can see like he's very progressive, right? He's looking at the future. You never really want to just be stagnant. Of course, it's very tempting, right? If you are in this sort of business where you just prints money every day just to chill and not work on new things.
Right.
But clearly, Mr. Wong is not that.
Yeah.
And of course, in his building of MyEG, you can already see very clearly that he is someone who is highly ambitious, executor.
He's an entrepreneur. Yeah, he's an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Exactly.
Always looking for the next thing.
Always looking for the next thing. Exactly. Yeah. So this is the next thing. How big it can be, it's going to be pretty hard. If you look at the announcement that they gave, right? Oh no, this is another one.
I think the report is over here.
Yeah. Yes. So they are trying to build a national layer 1 public blockchain. A layer 1, for those who don't know, is a bit like Ethereum. If you have heard that token or crypto before, think of it as it's the foundation that allows other cryptos to be built on it, other functions, typically in finance, NFT platforms, whatnot. That's what that's what a layer 1 is. But they want it to be a public blockchain. So it'll be very interesting to see like whether the government will be involved as well. Whether MyEG will be the one actually, helping out the government to integrate into Web3. Who knows, right? But yeah, Jonathan, I think that's it really for me for MyEG. But before I go on to give my takes away about the company, do you have anything?
No, actually, it's pretty interesting that they're going through this blockchain technology, right? When the concept of decentralization is actually there's no regulation.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why did they even want to go into this blockchain technology. Maybe it's because they want to invite more people to help them build the blockchain technology itself. But other than that, I mean, it's kind of like a contradicting kind of like business. It's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah. Or at least on the surface it is. Okay, anyway, guys, my takeaway is very simple. You've got a fantastic management, as you can see with the track record. Nobody grows at such a high return on invested capital for so long without being good. They are, service-wise, from what I see, not many complaints. But again, if you do have any, let me know. Always very interested to hear. It's a stock that is trading at 18 times earnings. We saw just now. On the lower end of things, but could it be lower because people are a bit more unforgiving about MyEG's growth? That's for you to decide. But what is definitely true is that you see, every company has a revenue cap at that point in time, and I believe that MyEG has already hit that. Even though they still grow. Right?
Kinda, yeah.
But nothing close to what it was before.
They're in a cash cow position right now.
They're in a cash cow position. But at the same time, you don't see like massive dividends being paid. It's only about 1.8%. Not to say that that's low. It's just that, of course, with the amount that they have, they could, in theory, pay more, essentially. Of course, them going into something new like crypto, it's actually not that new. We already know from the market that MyEG really wants to get into the crypto space. So that is always very good to see people. Mr. Wong is not, I wouldn't say he's old, but he's not young, and yet he's trying to get into something that is very quote unquote young. So always excited about companies like that. Should you invest in it during the election? Well, as you watch my previous videos on election, you will know that MyEG was the case study that I gave, and the key thing is always to look at whether or not the services that they provide to the government is something that the government can just switch willy-nilly. And I would say that in the case of MyEG, that would be very, very difficult. And so if during a era from 2018 to today, where the government has largely been anti-BN, or at least in the current state that it is, and the MyEG has actually grown as far as price action is concerned, grown quite well. Who knows what happens if BN does return into power? I would suspect they would probably be seen a lot more favorably by the market. But guys, as usual, if you disagree, let me know in the comments. And if you have a friend who wants to own MyEG or currently owns MyEG, please share this video to him or her. And looking forward to seeing you in the next video.